All right. So if you're trying to intraday trade, it is, I'm telling you, it's the same thing as looking at the daily, looking like even with me looking at this daily, right? So if I'm looking at this daily, this is the last move down. This was the shift in structure. And I know we've talked about this quite some time. This was the shift in structure.
True,
This,
true.
huh?
I just said true that we did speak about that a lot.
And then this is the, I don't know what, okay. And then this is prices. If you're using this internal swing here, that's the high, that's the low. I think y'all want it to be complicated. I don't know what it is, but now this is my high right here, right? And does everybody know why I say this is my high right here?
That's the last external high, right?
But why is this one the high to me than versus this one?
Because that's overall, and that second one is like an internal swing high.
Correct. One is because price did not break structure till right here. So that means everything from here to this high is is oh, oh is open for um price to pull back to. That means from here to here, price broke here. So all this is my zone. So if price wants to pull back to the 78 or the 88, it is fair game for me. Now, if price decides it wants to break, it came to this high, swept this high, did not close above this high, but it still hasn't broken internal structure. This was the last level of structure. It has not closed below. So now I can use this as my swing high, this as my break of structure, and this as my swing low. So it's got to break out one side or the other. If it breaks out the top, then you can if it closes above this high, because this is going up, this is pushed up, this is pulled back, this is pushed up, this is pulled back. It has not closed below here. So if it breaks above here, then you look for your demand zone and you set it and forget it. When I say it's just that easy, I don't know why y'all want to make it so complicated. I don't understand. And I'm on the daily, so that's why this is 126 pips. But it's just that easy. How many have written down these steps or have written down what I've repeated over and over and over and over and over again?
I've written it
Yeah,
further
I've
process.
written it down. It's just sometimes it'd be hard, like with the live price, it's hard to like spot, supply zones and market structure shit and breaking structure. Like I start to look at those lines and they all start to look alike after looking at them so long.
Yeah,
Because
you have to step
you're
away for a minute.
because you're sitting on the charts all day.
Yeah, you have to step away for a minute,
Yes,
change
you
time.
have to. You have to. And if you can't see that this is structure right here, and then price has bought up into that, and then you're looking at the push ups and then the pullbacks, and this is the last push up. So price would have to break this low. And I'm telling you, it's just that simple, y'all. It is just that simple. I understand that y'all probably have listened to a thousand other strategies.
Wait, you said it needs to break this low.
Uh,
Low.
huh?
You said it needs to break this low where you showed.
Right here?
Yeah.
No, I said it hasn't broken this low.
Why does that green candle looks further down to me?
The wick did, but it didn't
Yeah.
close below that. It has not closed below
Uh-huh,
that low.
below that. Okay.
So price has to close above this high or close below this low. Everything else in the middle is just that, just in the middle.
Okay. Consolidation or whatever.
So even if I took this to the 1 hour, right? This is still the structure. It doesn't matter. It's just in between here. Now you've got more internal structure, but it's still the structure that you have to look at for price to pull back to. Now, on the 1 hour, price has closed below this low,
Yeah.
right? So price could start selling. But if you wait for it to break the high or the low, then you will know which way to go. If you're trying to sell this down, you're trying to get a day trade to sell this down, all you have to do is identify your break of structure, your swing high, and your swing low, right? If you identify that, and this is on the 1 hour, you don't even have to do the 4 hour. You don't have to, like, it's the same thing. You have this break of structure. You want price to pull back to your, there's a supply zone here, and there's a supply zone here. It pulled back to this supply zone and dropped. Pulled back and dropped. Pulled back and dropped. So this is probably going to be the valid supply zone to sell back down to your exit strategy is going to be a supply or demand zone or an imbalance. If you prefer the imbalance, then you would have put your take profit to there, right? And here is where you might have lost the trade. If you saw this as your break of structure, this as your swing high, this as your swing low, you would have been waiting for price to come back into a supply zone. If you're going to watch, if you're going to wait for price to shift structure in the zone, set an alert, and then hop on the chart once price gets there. If you're going to wait, you can at least wait 1 hour to, and I'm gonna just go down to the 15 minute because
And can I just confirm? So supply zone it's where the last order block is when it changes, when
supply
it shifts,
zone,
when it goes
there
down
you
or
have an order block and a fair value gap.
yeah, so the imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh my God. My head. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that was a, where is it? Where was I? Right here. This one doesn't have a fair value gap.
Yeah.
There's a little in here, right here. This little zone right here is a is
So
there's
even if it's not imbalance, you would still go for it.
I just look for the order block in my at my 78.88.
78.88.
And I don't need to use the fib to know that this is around the 78 or 88. But I will use it. I will use it. This is 78 or 88.
Let me see. 78 or 88.
Right there in the middle.
Yeah, it is.
So even if I was on the 15-minute chart and I had an alert set here at the 88, and I see that this is what price gave me. Price would need to break this low in order for me to get in a sell. So if I was on the chart and if I was on the chart when the alert went off, the alert would have went off here. And I've got this structure. And then I wait another 15 minutes. It's not breaking this low. I wait another 15 minutes. It's not breaking this low. I wait another 15 minutes. It's starting to break this high. It broke this high.
Oh. Hmm.
So at this point, my looking for a sell, this right here is no longer valid. Is no longer valid. So now that I have tapped into this impulsive move demand zone, I have shifted structure on this last level of structure. What am I looking for? Buys. Where would I be looking for buys? There is a demand zone right here with an imbalance right here. So now that's what I'm looking to buy.
Sorry, can you just repeat this because I was typing? Sorry.
If price was selling down, he
Yeah.
had this impulse move. He broke all these internal highs. It was pulling back. This was the last leg of bearish structure.
Mm-hmm.
It's tapped into this demand zone
Yeah.
and then shifted structure. Now, I'm always going to, because this is the last bearish demand zone, I'm still going to always look for price to pull back to my 78 or 88. Once price gets there, if I'm awake, what time is this? This is at 12. This is at 12:15 in the morning. Or no, this was at 12:15 p.m. Now, I'm at work, so I can't really look at the charts all day. But if I set that alert and my alert went off and price came here, here, and here, and did not shift structure, this
Mhm.
15-minute structure, then the and then broke this high, this last swing high, then the um the sell is invalid. Looking for a sell would be invalid. So now that it has shifted structure, what do you look for? You look for a there are actually two on here. There is one here that I marked up. There's a little imbalance right there too. There's one here,
Mhm.
right? And then there's one here
Mhm.
on this 15-minute. Let me see what it looks like on the 1 hour because I don't normally um so yeah. So on the 1 hour, this is what I would have done. What is my last down candle before the up move? This would have been this candle here
Yeah.
would have been my last up candle before the down move. But had I gone to the 15-minute to look for my entry, I would have looked for this one. And I still would have looked at this one here because there's such an impulse there because of this impulsive move, because of this gap, because of this, I still would have looked at this one. Okay. And then I would have set my alert at the top of this zone. Once the alert goes off, once price hit right here, the alert goes off, and I get all this rejection, rejection, rejection. Now, of course, I want to see a break above the high. Now, it didn't come back, but if I'm looking at it, this right here, all this rejection, I probably would have looked into getting in the trade. One, there is no imbalance or order block over here. I say this is the high, but there's no imbalance or order block. It didn't leave an impulsive move with the fair value gap. It didn't leave all of that. So maybe I would have gotten into this, maybe.
So
But
you would enter the trade there.
I probably would have entered at this order block right here, this bullish order block.
And then you would exit when?
Where would I have exit? Because once
It's going up. Yeah.
price shifted this structure, and this was the swing low. This is a new swing high.
Yeah. So you would exit there.
Yes. I've given y'all the sauce. I've given you all the sauce. I think y'all just want to make it. I don't say want y'all. I don't think y'all want to make it. I know you don't want to make it. I understand that you probably have so many strategies in your head. If you have strategies, I'm not sure if you do or if you don't. But
I think for me, it's more so just being patient, waiting for price to come back to my supplier demand zone and not trying to force
compensate.
one.
Yes. So even if you are here, right? Let's just say price came here and price broke structure here. Okay? And this is what I don't know if you all are marking up your moves as they are happening. So this came here, price pushed up, it pulled back. It didn't pull back completely to my my zone. It almost got me, okay? If I miss it, guess what? You have a break of structure here, you have a swing high here, a swing low here. If you trade imbalances, you could have gotten in here. If you trade, that would have been the move right there. Me, I would have been waiting for price to pull back to this zone here. The reason I don't trade imbalances, you got an imbalance here and you got an imbalance here. I don't know which one to choose. I just choose the institutional candle um, of the impulse move. Okay. So if I didn't get in there, and these are day trades, because if you get in here, you're supposed to take it up to the high or the last high. Push
Mm.
up. Actually, this was the move right here. Sorry. So this pushed up, this pulled back. Yeah, this pulled back to the imbalance, right? And
Yeah.
then you pushed up here. So once price pushed up here, there's a little imbalance in here. You mark up the imbalance. I mean, I mark up the demand zone. This probably would have stopped me out depending on how many pips it is. Oh, I would not have gotten stopped out of this. That's 4 pips. That's all great, right? But I'm always going to round up to whether it's 10 pips or 20 pips. And where do you take it? You take it up to this high. That's a 20 pip. That's a scalp. A 20 pip trade is a scalp. So if you are um if you're trying to scalp, that's how you would scalp. The same way that I do on a higher time frame. And now that price has broken structure,
Hey, hey, Miss Kim, can you do this on the higher time frame? Like
absolutely.
after this, like
Yeah,
Yes.
you can just, yeah. Ah,
So on the daily, we just talked about this. Market structure shift. So what do I do? I look for my supply zone and then I just wait for price to come up there. That's why I'm waiting for price to come up to. Now, if price closes below this low right here, right? If price closes below there, then I am going to look for the last up candle. It could be this one that's right here, right now, right? I'm going to look for this last candle as my supply zone and sell. Okay. So if price closes below this low, right now, this is the swing low and this is the current swing high going up, bullish move going up. Now, I personally think price is coming up here, but I don't know that. I just need for price to show me if it's going to break this high or break this low.
mm,
If it breaks this low, then I'm looking for the supply zone to keep selling. Oops. I'm looking for the supply zone. It's the same way. So as you can see, I have an alert up here at the top of this zone. I don't know why I have this alert here, but I'm going to delete it. Oh, I should have put it there. I'm going to move this one here. Actually, I'm not even going to I'm going to take both of those out. Hold on. Because I don't want this alarm going off in the middle of the night. And what I'm going to do is add an alert, crossing up, or I'm going to just do, wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute, cancel, cancel, cancel. Let me go to the 4 hour. Add an alert, crossing up, bar close. And then I'm going to add an alert, crossing down, bar close. And that's when I'm going to either get in or get out or get in. That's when I'm going to get in. So if price closes above here, broke this structure, I'm going to look for a pullback to buy up to this zone that I'm looking to sell from anyway. Okay. But it's got to break my high. It's got to break my low. If I get this alarm goes off, then I'm looking for a supply zone to pull back to then sell. And I would sell it to this demand zone right here. It's a 4 hour demand zone. I would sell it to there. And I'm going to just zoom in so you can see it. Last down candle before this up move happened.
So you sell it at the start of that candle.
I'm selling it to this line at the top of this
At the
candle.
top, yeah. Okay.
And it may go further down because if I go down in time frame, there's a candle here. And,
Mm.
and then if I go down even farther, there's a candle here.
Oh, wow.
So it is up to you which one you want to go to. Just give me my money, take me out the trade, especially if I'm asleep or if I'm working. Just take me out the trade and set and you can go look at and see what the market is doing at that time. So once price took me out my trade, I got a notification that my trade is no longer active. Then I'm going down to my 1 hour or 4 hour. I'm identifying the structure that came down here. And then I'm the same way I marked up this zone, this right here, I'm going to do the same thing on this in here. I'm going to mark up the swing high, the swing low. I'm going to set it at a bar close going up for the high and a bar close going down for the low. Whichever alert I get, that's when I will hop on the charts and trade accordingly. Or if you want, so for me, this is right now is not a demand zone. Can somebody tell me why though? Can somebody tell me why
Is
this
it
not?
because it's too far down? It's gonna go past your ideal spot.
Nope.
I don't understand your question. So
Why wouldn't I consider this a demand zone at the moment?
Oh, because it's not wicked. I mean, excuse me, it's not closed. It's wicked. Is that right?
What?
What's not wet? What's not close the wet? What is I think
because
you're there, but I did.
because
See how long
because
that wick is right there?
because it does not mitigate that zone like
It's
the
not
supply zone.
closed.
Nope.
Is it not the actual swing low right there?
This is the swing low,
Uh-huh.
but it's not my demand zone at the moment because of one reason and one reason only.
Is it because how far price is?
Nope.
Is your demand zone somewhere else?
Nope.
No.
Because
I
it has
have
not
no clue.
mitigated that zone.
No. The one and only reason why.
Is it because I don't know. It's because of the trend. It looks like it maybe going in a down. I don't know.
No?
You might be onto something, but the only reason why I will not consider this my demand zone is because price has not closed above this high.
Oh,
So
I
there's
am
not a market shift, a market
confused.
structure shift,
Wow, 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 wow.
or break a structure.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm so confused now.
Oh my gosh, I failed.
I don't think I'm ready to trade.
All the time, and I
But
still didn't.
but as soon as price breaks above this high, let's just say price closed above here and pulled back, right? Before going up here. Let's just say price. Now, I will say this. On the 1 hour, I think it did close above. On the nope, not on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, nope, it didn't on the 1 hour either. So there we go. Price did not close above that high. And this is the internal structure, right? Price did not close above this high. So until price close above this high, so just like with anything else, once price close above this high, you can mark up your demand. Once price close below, once price close below this low, then you can mark up your supply.
Mm.
You have to wait for price to close below your swing low or swing high in order to look for a supply or demand.
Mm.
Right now for GJ, for instance, GJ, let's talk about GJ. We talked about this. Andrew and I fought about, I said, Andrew, because Andrew said he bought from this imbalance right here. I mean, he sold from this imbalance right here to this low, to this low, right? And I said, well, Andrew, I'm looking for price. This is the high, this is the low. This is the supply zone, right? There's an order block, there's an imbalance. I'm looking for price to pull back into that zone. And he says, what if it doesn't pull back in there? What if it breaks this low? Well, it's got to show me it's going to break the low. You see what it's been doing? It's been lollygagging, millywhopping, and crip walking in this whole zone right here, right? So I do nothing. I sit on my hands and I do nothing. It's either got to come back here. You see, I have an alert set and you see it almost tapped it, right? It,
Yeah.
it didn't touch it. It almost did. But I'm looking at the 4 hour and I'm looking at structure. Right now, this is the structure. Price would have to break this low in order for me to look for the sell. So now what I'm waiting for price to pull back and then buy up into my zone, or it may not pull back that far. It may just pull back. It pushed up. We got a little pullback. And then if it breaks this high, I'm not going to go look for a buy because this is where I'm expecting the sell to happen. You want to sell high and buy low. So I'm not going to look for a buy. I'm going to wait to see if it's going to shift structure. And if it shifts structure, then I can, if it shifts structure, then I can look for the imbalance or the institutional candle to mark up and then sell to this low because we're in this structure. We're in within this bearish structure right now. All this other nonsense is just not is just market makers taking you out of your taking your money.
Mm.
They just taking your money. So that's why I'm saying you have to wait for price to break the high or break the low. If this had come down here and closed below this low, then my structure would be, who can tell me? Who can tell me what my structure would be? Who can mark it up on the chart?
Sorry, can you say the whole thing again, please? I
If
didn't hear.
if price closed below this low, if this price had come down and closed below this low, what is the next structure?
So that would be your new swing low or whatever.
And where would the swing high be?
Previous high, yep, right here next to the engulfing bearish candle.
Where?
Yeah, 1 second. The swing high,
Where would it be?
yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That is correct. That
Yeah.
and this would be the swing high, this would be the swing low. And even with this right here, I would still mark up this zone because I know that price would probably come sweep this high because this is probably where most people who trade the imbalances, their their stop losses are probably right above this high right now. So for Andrew who got in, although he got in and then got out, right? This was probably where stop losses were, and price pulled back and grabbed that high. Now, this is probably where stop losses are, and there's this zone right here. So, as you can see, I can see price tapping into here and dropping. My limit is set. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, my limit is set and has been set since this break. A minute. My limit has been set since this break happened, which was on 8/20. Today is September 1st. Once this structure happened, I marked up this 4 hour, and this is where my limit has been set. Yeah, that's the patience that I have for this. And because I know it's going to play out, I already know it's going to play out. One, this is the current trend, the downtrend. This was the break of structure. Then we had some shift in structure. This is my supply zone. I am waiting for price. I am waiting to get tapped in to this zone. I don't have to be on the chart all day for this to happen.
Because you put their alert.
Not just the alert. I have a limit set. The only reason I put an alert is because I am going to, I said this yesterday, I'm going to hop on this call. I'm a hop if it happens while I'm up, I will send out a Zoom and we will hop on the call
Okay.
to look at structure.
I think I had my limit set a little bit lower than yours because I'm in it now.
You must have had this limit set.
I had 199 like 555 when I just looked at Trade Locker.
1995. So but is it this here or 1995? So it may be your broker may have gotten you in already. The broker may have the spread, let me say that. The spread may have gotten you in already. Let me look. I might be in it too. I don't know.
I don't have any complaints, but I had to patiently wait because this was what last week.
Yep.
But I'm up. I'm up
Because
like
we
$60. So I said I have no complaints.
so you're probably going to go on a little drawdown, just a little.
Yeah.
Um, and then if I go down to my 1 hour, I'm going to say this is the 1 hour. This is the last green candle. If I go down to my 15 minute, it could come up here, right here. There's a gap. There's a imbalance here. This is the last up candle before the down move. So it can come up to one of these zones right here before selling. But I'm looking at the structure. Go back to my 1 hour. I'm looking at the structure, and this is my structure right here, right now. So price is going to have to pull back. As you can see, it's pull back into an imbalance. So it might respect this imbalance. It might come back and respect this zone. But if it's just going to respect this imbalance, then here's my new structure. This will be my swing low, but it's got to break first. Don't create a low until it's a low. It's got to break structure first. Once it breaks structure, then I can move my swing low. But as of right now, this is my swing low because it broke this structure. So once this structure is broken, then I'll move it up and then I'll set my alert for close down, close up, and then I'll just set it. And then once I get a shift in structure, I'm looking at the imbalance or the order block that created the shift in structure to then set my limit for the sell. And the reason why I don't and I'm not saying that I wouldn't do a live. I'm just if it's going to come down here, it shift structure, come all the way down here and then come all the way back up. Like why do I want to look at that? I don't want to waste um I just don't want to waste my time just watching the charts boil. Like I said, I already got a limit set here. So if I get in again, it would be a second entry. And if it's a second entry, I'm going big and I'm going home. Okay? I'm going big and I'm going home. Now, on the 1 hour, let me just say this. There's this 1 hour little zone up here. Now, this is the swing high, this is the swing low. So price can go anywhere in this zone. This is the 78. This is the 88. I don't want you all to be frustrated. I want you to be patient. I want you to identify your higher time frame structure. And then I want you to identify your lower time frame structure, meaning the 4 hour or the 1 hour. You can just do the 1 hour. And when I'm identifying the 1 hour structure, this is the structure. If you want to set an alert at this high and this low, you can do that. So utilize your alerts. Utilize your alerts. Okay. And I'm going to delete that because that's definitely not valid. No longer valid. But I just want you to I don't want y'all sitting on these charts all day. Seriously. Because you're going to see things that aren't there.
I already see things that aren't there.
What do you see? What do you see?
It's a lot. Seriously, my mind is
And don't get caught up in what everybody else is doing in the group, in the main group, in the big group. Oh, I was saying it was a little fast. Um, thank you, Dynamis. Yes, is Misha still on here? Yes. Yes, Misha, you wait for price to close above or below the swing high or swing low. Above the swing high, below the swing low. And then once you get a break of structure, you can identify your supply and demand. Now, since y'all are going to be up on these charts all night, because I already know, okay? Y'all gonna have to wake me up if y'all see a shift in structure. Okay?
Yeah.
It's gonna happen that soon.
Tomorrow, I'm guessing that this is probably going to happen tomorrow, either sometime tonight during either the Asian session or the London session.
So if that happens, you guys are trading.
So I want to ask the question. Can
Yes.
we start trading this with live accounts? Like, when we analyze chat together in the group like this, can we place our entries from the live account? Like creating a live account.
So we had this discussion
You missed it.
was it on Saturday?
Sunday.
Sunday? Um, I cannot tell you whether to trade live or demo. Okay. The only reason I'm saying trade demo because I want y'all to get the feel of how this is supposed to happen, right? You're all adults. So if you choose to trade a live account, I want you to one, trade responsibly, don't over leverage. Let's see, how many pips was this for from here to here? That's 170 pips, right? So I don't know how much your live account is. If it's $100, you should definitely use no more than um, a dollar to trade. But it's also a 70 pip, 73, 70 something pip stop loss, right? So if it goes up here, it might start margin calling you. So I say wait for confirmation before you set the limit. I would wait for confirmation. Or if it comes up here, that's 55 pips. Or if it comes up here, that's 26 pips. So wait for confirmation. If you're going to trade your live, wait for confirmation and then get in the trade. Now, I'm going to tell you, like I said, I already have my limit set for this right here.
Wait, the confirmation again is what?
What is confirmation? Anybody can tell her?
Confirmation can be like maybe the change of characters close to your order block, maybe your demand or supply zones.
The confirmation is the shift in structure. He said the change of character. You want to see a break of structure, and then you want to see a shift in character.
I want to understand
On
something
one
because this
hour on this chart.
You can do it on the one, you can,
Sorry, Donamis.
yep,
Yeah.
you can do it on the 1 hour, the 4 hour. It's probably going to be the same. It's probably going to be the same. Once price breaks here, once you set this limit, this alert, you can do it on the 1 hour. It's going to be the same. Like it's in the POI. We know that the POI is anywhere from here up to here, right? So you just have to be patient watching structure. So price can pull back into here, push back up some more, pull back into here, push back up some more, and then shift structure.
Mm.
Once you see the shift in structure, then you get in at the imbalance or the supply zone, whichever one you choose, and then you can cover this wherever that happens. I don't know. I'm just giving a scenario. Wherever that shift in structure happens, this is your protected high. So now you can narrow down And I'm going to always say put it up, give it some pips, give it some room to breathe.
Why is the high there, the stop loss?
You can put this would be if this is the shift, this is your high.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be your high.
So you put it there.
But you give it some room to breathe.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So if price came all the way up here and shifted structure, and so your say your imbalance is right here. That's a 15 pip stop loss. Just round it up to 20. Or if you feel more comfortable taking it to 25, then round it up to 25
Why are we giving that breathing space again? Sorry.
so that you don't get stopped out, just in case some crazy news happen or something happens.
Mm-hmm.
I want
But
to ask a question.
yes,
Is a change of character different from a market structure shift?
no, it's the same thing.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yep, you're welcome. Yep, it's the same thing. So this would be the market structure shift here, or the change of character, or the chalk. I hate the word chalk. That's why I never use change of character. Um, Somebody used to say it, and I mean they used to drag it
So
out.
market structure shift, basically.
Yes, that's the same thing. The shift in structure is the same thing as a market structure shift, as a change in character is the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It all depends on who's using the word.
Okay, so when we see that change of character,
Hmm. Then you look for what?
A supplier demand zone or an
so
imbalance.
imbalance.
Yes, you look for once you see the changing, the market structure shift, you then look for imbalance and a supply zone. If
Okay.
you prefer to mark up if you prefer to mark up the imbalance, then you mark up the imbalance. You set your entry at the imbalance.
Uh-huh. And then when it touches there, that's when you enter the trade.
When you get a market structure shift, you set a limit at the open of the imbalance.
Yes, okay.
So when price touches it, it automatically gets you in the trade.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. So then you're in the trade. Okay.
So you're in the trade, and then you just take it down to this low because this was the structure, right?
Yeah.
So once price, if this is going to continue to follow structure, meaning it went up here, it pulled back. It went up here, you're expecting it to, I'm sorry, it pulled back, it broke structure, gave a market structure shift because this was going up. You're expecting price to pull back and continue selling. I'm going to always say take profit here at the last low.
Mhm.
Or if you wish to hold it to the negative 27, you can hold it to the negative 27.
Mhm.
Or you can just set an alert here at this zone right here. You can set an alert here. Once price gets here, you then look at structure. You look at the structure that's been coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down, right? And once it breaks through, you're looking at this structure. As long as price doesn't shift structure, you can stay in this trade. If you want to, I'm not going to say get in. Don't do that. But you can stay in this trade as long as price is not shifting structure. You can stay in this trade. And even once it gets here, you can then take your stop loss So let's just say price got here, right here.
Mhm.
And then you had this right here, which is your stop loss or hedge. You you can move once price gets here, you can then move your stop loss, which is up here, to now move it based on market structure, right? You then can move it here. So if it's going to keep going, and you identified this demand zone, you can move your stop loss here. Once price came here and broke structure again, you can then move your stop loss. Oops. You can move your stop loss here. And then once price broke structure again, you can then move your stop loss here. And then once price got to your zone, you can then move your stop loss here at these swing highs, these internal swing highs. And if price is going to keep going, then you can just keep following. Say if it wants to come down here, you can just keep moving as structure is getting broken. Now, at some point, price is going to come up and give you maybe a double top. It might wick this high or whatever and stop you out the trade, right? But you're stopped out in profit.
Mm.
So you can either come back a few and then get one, two, and then move down another one. And then once you get down here, it's up to you. However you want to do it. If it's going to stop me out as soon as possible. If it's going to come here and shift structure, stop me out as soon as, like, give me my money ASAP now. Okay? Because this might come down here to this demand zone, pull back, and then sell some more. Get out the trade. Just get out the trade. Don't let the market come back on you.
Wait, but you can move like stop loss and all of that stuff.
Yes. You can
So
move your
you don't
stop
need to get out of trade if you don't want to.
if you don't want to. Me personally, I'm setting a TP. Why? Because I'm not watching the chart give me swing highs and swings. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Okay. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to set a TP. And I might even set the TP right here. If you want to trade the imbalance, then I might even try set the TP right here
Mm.
because I know once this broke this structure, then I'm looking for price to pull back again and keep selling, right? So once I wake up and price, I got my money, then I'm just looking for the next move. And I'm not trying to buy it back up. I'm just looking for the next demand supply zone to possibly sell from. If it's all the way up here, I might buy it up, but 9 times out of 10, I'm just going to set my limit the way that I just did, um, the way that I did GU or GJ. Sorry, GJ. So with GJ, I wasn't looking to buy this up. I wasn't looking to buy this up. Once this closed, I wasn't looking to buy this up.
Mm.
I would have been in
Why not?
crazy time because it's a counter trend trade at this point. And counter trend trades
Mm.
is going to give you all of this.
Oh yeah, a lot of movement.
Because I'm bearish, I'm
Mm.
looking for sells and
So,
sells only.
mm.
And I'm going to put some money on it, okay? That once price gets into wherever this zone is going to be, whether it's here, here, or here, the move down is going to be swift. Just like the move down here was swift, right? The move down is going to be swift. It's not going to be all of this back and forth
Yeah.
because I'm trading the current trend. The current trend is bearish. All because of this right here. All because this market structure shift, all because of this here. The it's going to be swift.
Mm.
And that's the trades I want to be in. Those are the trades I want to be in. So,
You see, this today it's very, very amazing to me. Like, but I feel like I would need like this kind of explanation for like 2 more days, and I would get it.
Jana, I have been giving this explanation for 3 months.
I know, but this today was really, really like nice and slow and really, really kind of nicely explained.
I've been explaining it like this for 3 months.
I don't know. Today feels special.
No, I know why you're getting it. It's because the mind knows that y'all about to get the boot. I didn't mean to say it like that, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
It's true though.
It is true. Y'all are about to get the boot, okay? Um, I'm gonna give so really what I want for before I give y'all the boot is for this to play out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I really
Because once we get in a trade, we can literally wait for it to hit target, and then we can watch it change character, go back up, and
mhm.
trade that way. So
And once you see the shift, once where the price comes here or here, right? And once you start seeing, because we're still now we may be selling. Hold on. Let me go back. Let me go back. Now, I personally think price is going to keep selling. Those are my personal thoughts, right? But I have to trade what I see and not what I think. So once this, if this sells all the way back down to here, now we say right here, but if it sells, continue selling back down to here and close below these lows, then I'm looking for price to sell back down because we had this break of structure, higher time frame, right? Hold on. Okay, why? Um, we had this, and then we had this here. Well, I'm just put this high. We have this high right here, right? We have this high right here. Um, so this is on the weekly. Let's go to the daily. So on the daily, we have a break of this high, right? So higher time frame, we have this move here. It broke above this high. And this is on the daily. So I know on the 4 hour it's broken. I know on the 1 hour it's broken. It's broken. All right. So now it is time for price to at least pull back to, as you can see, I have this zone set here, but I have these here, but I'm waiting for price has to break this last swing low because this was the internal swing from here to here to here, right? This broke this internal high. So that makes this my swing low. and this my swing high. So if price continues to sell, where are we looking at to sell back to?
I'm hoping it goes all the way down, but yeah.
You want it to sell back down to the 78 or the 88 and then show you what it wants to do. If it's going to keep buying, right? It's going to come into this zone, not break this low, shift structure, give you a demand zone to keep buying. If it's going to start selling, it is going to come down here to this zone, probably close below this low. And if it closes below this low, then once price starts pulling back up, you're looking for a supply zone to then sell from. Remember, price
So
has,
it has to come to supply zone and then you sell.
yes,
Yeah.
supply zone or your imbalance,
Imbalance.
whichever one you prefer. But it has to be, if price breaks below here, then you're fibbing from up here
To
to
where it broke.
wherever it broke, the low of that break, and you want it to be in your discounted area. Again, I'm looking for it to pull back to 78 or 88. Does that make sense to everyone? Um is that self-explanatory to everybody?
Yeah.
Well, kind
So,
of.
so that's a higher time frame move. But again, you can make these moves on and I'm just trying to find a zone where here's one right here. Here's one right here.
Well,
This is a daily break of structure, right? This was the structure right here. Price closed above that high. And where did it pull back to? A demand zone.
oh yeah.
If you want to take it to, if you want to take it to this high right here, that's 643 pips. That's all you need to go. That's all you need, right?
But look, it's going up.
Yeah, but I'm saying we're on the daily.
Oh.
You you take it to the high, you take your profit, and then you look for the next move. So now that price broke this structure here, right? It broke structure.
Mhm.
You look for your demand zone. It didn't pull back. So then it broke structure again. Then it broke this structure. This was the last down candle before the up move. It tapped you and it's still going. So now you have this breaker structure.
Wait, this one, the last one, it did come back to it.
It
I
did.
can't see.
Yep, it did. Now you broke this structure. So now your new zone is either here or there's an order block and an imbalance here. Price did not pull back to either or,
Mm-hmm.
right? And there's really no real pullback from here. Um, so then I would be looking at this high here, this break of structure here, and this would have been, and this is based on the daily. This is the last down candle before the up move. So if you had gotten in here, and let's just go down in time frame, you can always narrow it down, right? When it's huge like that.
But you already touched here.
Wait a minute. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Where did I put it? Here it goes. I can't go all the way back. Okay. Um, so with that being said, once it broke structure, it pulled back into this zone. If you don't want to set a stop loss this huge, there's one here, this here. Okay. If you don't want to set a stop loss this huge, what would you wait for? Right here. What would you wait for?
Supply zone.
Huh?
The supply zone.
Nope. What would you wait for? Once price, if you're going to wait for confirmation, what would you wait for once price pulled back into this zone?
Market structure
Market,
shift.
yeah.
Yeah.
And where's the market structure shift?
On the chart. On here.
Yes, on the chart. Where is the actual shift? Based on this is 4 hour.
This is 4 hour.
This is the
Are you
4 hour chart. So where is the actual market structure shift?
you're saying
Well, up.
specifically in this?
And somewhere in this picture right here, there's a
Up
To
market.
the
here.
left of where your
Up
mouse
here.
is. Well,
Where?
no, that's a swing high and a break of structure.
Is it not here? Like the
Show,
first, the
show me.
second high from, how
Show
do I
me.
show you?
Show me. Can you
How,
annotate? You should be able to annotate from your from the Zoom on the Zoom. In the
let
bottom
me,
left corner, there should be a little green pin in a black circle.
That's what I put.
I don't.
Nope.
It was a downtrend, so it would
No,
have
up
to break
here.
a swing low to be a market structure shift to the upside.
Yeah,
Isn't that
the
right?
where Donum is put it, is that not a new high up there?
Nope.
What?
Sorry, Kim. I thought we are talking about this red zone right here.
Yeah. When price pulled back to that red zone, where did the market structure shift happen?
And so I was saying right above it because there's a higher high right above it.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
you're
That was the swing high, and then
you're
that
you're,
next one is
you're
the.
saying right here is
Oh,
the shifting structure?
That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
was
That's
thinking.
what I
yeah.
thought.
That's exactly where it is.
okay. Well, I was
Woo! That's
okay.
exactly where it is. So you have this break of structure here.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold
Okay.
on. You have this break of structure here, and you have this swing high. This was your swing high before this pulled back,
Yeah,
right? And this was your swing low.
swing low. Yeah, yeah.
So once price shifted structure here and gave you the market structure shift right here,
And this is our new swing
And
high.
the swing high.
this is now your new swing high.
What I
Okay.
thought.
And there are several um demand zones in this zone, but let's just fib it from here to the high. Now price didn't come back to the 78, but this is not where I would be looking for the I mean, you can use this whole wick if you want to before this up move. That would have worked. But there was a that one's already been mitigated. Let me go down to the 1 hour because I can probably see it a little clearer. Oh, it's not letting me go back that far. Um, so let's just go back here. So yes, once you got that shift, then you had to look for your demand zone. It would have been somewhere up in here because this is was an impulse move right here. This is where the impulse move happened, and then it pulled back, and then an impulse move. So these were internal moves before. So this right here, this little red candle right here, this last down candle before this impulse move, before these impulse moves happen, is your demand zone. This was the last down candle before the impulse move. Now, somebody marked up this one here, and this is an internal shift in structure, which you definitely could have utilized as well, but that means it still has to break this high because this could have come in here and then sold some more, right? You understand that?
Yeah.
So if price was here, here, and then here, price could have easily pulled back. You see this little supply zone? Could have easily pulled back into this supply zone and sold. So this shift in structure was just a correction until it shifted structure of this external structure. And then once that happens, then you now look for your demand zone. Oh, this would have been one too. I see it now. Now I can see it. There's one, there's a little right here. This wouldn't have gotten you in, but this one would have. But this is not the impulse move. This right here was not the impulse move that broke this structure. This was the impulse move that broke this structure. So this would have definitely been the zone I would have been looking for. I would have been looking for both, to be honest. I would have loved for it to come back to the 78, but with the way this rejection wick happened, that was a clue that price is probably not coming back down to this zone. So you could have gotten in here and took it to, because once you had this was the break of structure we talked about, initial break of structure. So your target is always going to be
The
this
next.
this high.
Mm.
And that's only because of the structure. That's the structure. So that's where you're looking to take your profit.
Mm.
Now, if you want to day trade, if you got in here, then you can just take it up to here. If you don't want to hold the trade up to um the higher time frame swing, then you just take it up to the next internal swing, the next internal swing high.
And then you enter again.
And then you look for your next entry, right? So once this high was broken,
Mm.
I would have been looking for price to pull back here to keep buying. It didn't. It then broke structure here and it never pulled back. It didn't pull back to here.
No, but it's still going up.
Yeah, but it's creating higher highs and higher lows. So you have to trade because once it breaks a low, then it's a market structure shift. So these are not valid until
But
um
if you know it's gonna come all the way up there.
you either stay in the trade from here or and get out here. But if you're seeing this structure and
Yeah.
it's not pulling back, there's no need to, you just delete those entries. Like, don't keep them in there because once it starts selling, it could just keep selling. Like this right here is happening. Like, there's been a market structure shift,
Yeah.
right? So, well, this broke this high. So now this is your swing low. And there's been a shift. So it could keep selling, or as you can see, once it broke here, it did pull back. Okay, let me say that because you're right. You're right. You're right. So, but once it broke this high, right? That is your next move. That's your next range, right? And it pulled back to the 78.88.
Mhm.
Now, if I can go down in time, smaller time frame, there's probably a demand zone somewhere up in here. But once it keeps breaking these highs, don't look for it to pull back to these demand zones. You know what I'm saying? And then once it breaks your external high, then this is now the new range from here to here. And then you look for price to pull back to 78.88 demand zone. And then you take it back. You could have taken it back. So say you got in at the 88 or wherever there was a demand zone in here.
On the lower time frame.
Yes. I don't think it's going to show me. I think let me see. Nope, it's not doing it. But on the lower time frame, yes. On the one, there's probably a 1 hour demand zone in here, or even a 15 minute. So once price pulls back to that demand zone, then because of structure, because price closed above the last level of structure, and it pulled back to the 78 or 88, you want to take your price to this high. Oops, now to this high.
Hmm. So you just trade up to there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you see how like this was a little choppy coming down.
No, but this is really like ugly. I mean, sorry. Like it's really up and down, like up there.
Right here,
No, down.
not right here.
Yeah.
But
So you need to go check the demand zone.
once you see your demand zone down here,
Yeah.
you're not going to worry about this. As long as price
Oh.
does not close below your swing low,
Mhm.
this should not bother you.
Okay.
And then it moved.
Mm.
This is a break of structure. Price pullback, didn't pull back to the demand. This is a break of structure. Price pulled back. That one pulled back to a demand. And let's fib it. And these are more of your day trades. You know it's buying up, right? So you look at your structure. This price pulled back to the 78 and bought up to the highs. It bought up to the negative 27. It bought up to the 618. It bought up to this move right here was the TP2 could have been the negative 27. This was just the internal moves. This was an internal move for price to pull back and then buy up to the negative 27. Buy up to this would have been TP1. This could have been your TP2. This could have been your TP3. But overall, this move was supposed to go at least up to this high or at least to this negative 27.
Can I just ask again, what's with the negative 27? Is that
That
where imbalance is normally?
no, that's
Mm.
something with the Fibonacci, the mathematics of Fibonacci.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay, okay, okay. So does it normally goes to negative 27?
9 times out of 10, it's going to the
Yeah.
negative 27.
Okay.
Especially if you know that price, if we're in this right here, and we know that price is coming up to this high. This would be, you would be buying up to this high to
Mhm,
take out this high. Or if you know that this is, this was a breakup structure here, price pulled, wait a minute, hold on. Oh, okay. So this is the high here.
mhm,
You have the shift of structure, higher time frame shift of structure here. So now that we have this shift of structure here, this is the pullback we're waiting on. It didn't happen here. It didn't pull back. It went up some more. It pulled back to here and then went up some more, broke this high. So we are now, and like I said, I'm not going to get into market maker cycle, but it has completed a cycle. So that's why I'm expecting price to sell below these lows. I'm
So
ex
is that the third cycle?
Yes, ma'am. I'm not gonna say anything else but that. Yes, that's the third cycle.
Okay.
Yep. So I am expecting price, but just because I'm expecting it does not mean it's going to happen, right? And you have to trade what I see and not what I think.
Mm.
So, based on what I see, is this is the last. Let me delete all this. Whose lines are these? I don't know. This is the last break of structure.
Yeah.
So this could sell down to the 78 or 88. And it doesn't even have to go to the 78 or 88, right? It can go to the 50%, 618. 618 has a demand zone with the impulse move. So it can sell down to that zone there. But I have to trade what I see and not what I think. So if price came down to this 618, let's just say price came down to this 1 hour demand zone and then shifted structure
Mm,
and shifted structure.
mhm,
I have to trade what I see, and that was a shift in structure. So I would then look for my supply demand zone to trade it back up to this high.
mm,
Or if I'm looking at the higher time frame structure, like this is the last swing low, and then price broke this low, right? And then if I got another pullback, and then it breaks this low. And then I got another pullback, and then it broke this low. And then I got another pullback, it broke this low, and then shifted structure. Like I have to trade what I see versus what I think.
mm,
And if it's going to go down to the negative 27, then there should be structure should dictate where we know it's going and coming from.
mm.
So,
Hmm.
so with that being said, like I said, if price is going to keep selling, the structure will show you that it's going to keep selling. The market shows you exactly what it wants to do. It's just a matter of you identifying what the market is doing.
Mm, amazing.
So, any questions? Oh, hold
I'm
on.
so happy you recorded this.
I deleted. Do y'all listen to these recordings?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Let me go.
I want to ask. Obviously, Todd's been away for a minute. If we have issues, well, not issues, confusions after the whole thing is finished, can we just reach out on a DM to say, hey, this is what we're thinking, and to get a little feedback, or is
I'll
that
see.
too much?
I'll see what I'm gonna do. I'll see if I'm gonna leave this group here and then just start another channel. But I'll see.
Please do. Please do. I'm now attached to everyone in this group.
I'll see what I'm gonna
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That'll be good.
do.
Mm.
And
Y'all,
please, yeah, just keep all the recordings that we have because I am trying to get through them.
y'all are rotten.
You can share it with the new group as well, so they can do it as one.
Huh?
The videos you sent to us, you can share it with in a new group, and they can view
Yeah,
it. Homework.
yeah. I last time I tried to do that because it's so much conversations, like it's just hard to go through
Okay.
all.
Yeah, they need to have the same experience as us, so just do the calls and
Yeah.
ask questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just create another chat with just the videos I record. But
Mm,
but yeah.
yeah.
Well, I have a question. I know you said you don't trade the news, but then you have mentioned recently about these red folders coming up, and I'm just wondering.
I just know that for me,
Okay.
um, I just need to make sure I cover because the news is going to move fast. It might come wick up here and then might shoot straight down immediately. That's kind of why I have my limit set.
So it's not that it's going to necessarily change directions. It's just going to be more
It's going to be volatile. Yeah.
about. Okay. Oh,
Like
that's helpful.
like when the shift happens, it might just happen and keep going. Like you might just get a like down, 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 like this right here.
Yeah, yeah,
So, or a candle that's just going to keep going here. But
yeah,
even though this happened, right? Even though this shift happened right here, it pulled back,
yeah.
covered
Okay.
the sky, and then you just wait for the sell to happen. But it's still based off of market structure. The news normally either gets me in my trade or takes me to my TP faster.
Okay. So it's not that we need to wait to hear the news to place an order. It's really we should have everything
To
set
have
up.
everything set up beforehand. And I think I don't think anybody in here is in a prop firm. I don't think so. But prop firms don't allow you to do that. Well, if you set it beforehand, that's one thing, but I don't think it allows you to set it within a certain time frame of news.
Okay.
So, um, so yeah, I would yeah, I'm just looking for like the wick might even come up here. Based on this 1 hour, I have this one push. I got this push up. So price could come up here. It could come in here, this zone. It could come in here and wick into this imbalance right here. Like it can come wick and then start selling. So that's why I'm saying, cover Cover your high, your swing highs. This is our swing high. This is our break of structure. This is our swing low.
Oh.
This is in between. This is liquidity here. So price could easily come wick up here and then start selling. But if you just make sure you cover your high, make sure when you set your and we're all trading, I think a dollar. This is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, and I think I said this. I think I deleted it because I keep deleting my charts. Um, that this entry should be a 0.05. Y'all remember that?
Yes, I think.
Y'all remember that? So this entry should be a 0.05. Like I said, because if it goes, I think I might have said a 0.04. Um, but a 0.05, this 4 hour, you can see it right here. There's this 4 hour order block here, right? This should be a 0.05 for this entry. And if you want to set the 1 hour, you can set it up. You can set your limit right here. And then there was also a 15-minute zone, which is right here. Right here. Okay. So you can set the 4 hour, the 1 hour, or the 15-minute zone. Set it at a 0.05 just in case it wants to go up to this 1 hour supply zone.
I didn't really understand that though. How
Wow.
did you set those? You said 4 hours, 1 hour, and what, 30, 15 minutes?
You have a 4 hour demand zone here. It's the bottom of that wick, this order block.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a 1 hour demand zone. This was the last green candle.
Uh-huh. So at the bottom of that one,
Yep. And then there was one on the 15-minute.
the 15. Okay.
It was the last up candle before this down move.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
those were the zones that I marked up.
So you would just mark all of them.
I just marked them all. Now, my limit is at the bottom of this zone here.
Yeah.
However, if
It
you
might go up. It
it,
might go to the
it could
other one.
go up some more. Yep.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that if it's going to move up,
Yeah.
I'm setting a standard lot. I'm setting a standard lot, okay? Don't you set a standard lot, okay? But once I get the shift, I'm setting a 7 lot at my supply zone to sell back
So,
down to here.
okay.
Because my account, I won't over leverage my account once I see the shift with the standard lot. I won't over leverage my account.
Okay, so again, just which broker is the best? Whoever is here for the UK.
Plexi trade.
That one. Okay, okay. For live, yeah? Not
Yeah,
demo. Okay,
live for live. Yeah.
thanks.
For
How long does it take
for
to set it up?
about 15 minutes.
Okay, it's not like because I tried that 8 cup and then they just wanted some more. First, you need
Yeah,
to wait like 24 hours or something, and then
yeah.
they ask you for extra details. Okay, cool.
No, Plexi trade is quite quick.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Mm.
And is it connecting to TradingView or the other one, the Trade Locker?
It connects to MT5, so you can trade
T5.
MT5. You still do your analysis on TradingView though.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, MT5. Yeah, so it's you can. It's a better platform on your phone or tablet or iPad.
Okay, cool.
I think you can also use Trade Locker with it as well. The one that Kim uses.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I said you're welcome. I didn't say anything. So, any other questions? Wait a minute. Did I miss some questions? Oh, did I miss 7 questions?
I'm good right now. Let's do it again tomorrow.
Yes.
Let's do every day.
Tomorrow is our Tuesday call.
Oh.
Okay, I'll be on there.
No, but wait, what are the Tuesday calls?
Those are Todd's calls, the calls that Todd have.
Oh.
Everybody jumps in, not just beginners.
Yeah, it's for everybody
Oh. And that's like what? Analysis of current.
of what's going on for the week. Yep.
Oh, okay, okay. And then Saturday is advanced.
Saturdays are what?
Advanced, like for all
It's the
It's
same
traders.
as Tuesday.
it's
It's
almost
the
the same
same.
as Tuesday, but we're going over the what's going on the week. So
Ah,
Tuesday we're going over what's going on for the day at the
aha.
end of the day,
Okay.
and then and then
So there will always be a support.
yeah, there's always support. We're always
So it's always an analyzing on calls.
yes,
Ah, lovely.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, I feel a bit more relaxed now.
Ah,
All right, what's our homework? I do well with that.
homework.
Yeah.
Get the live account as fast as possible.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But homework is, as always, identify market structure and identify where you would get into the chart, where you would get in. If there's a break of structure to the downside, where's your supply zone? If there's a break of structure to the upside, where, and you can do it on any time frame. You can do it on any pair, any asset.
Okay.
Just identify the structure, and I will look and see if the overall structure is given what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
Um, but and then if you see a break of structure, whether it's bullish or bearish, I want you to identify the supply zone and or demand zone.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this was amazing.
You're welcome. All right. Anything else?
Yeah, thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.